The Black Shores update is bigger than you think because of what it means for Wuthering Waves. While version 1.3 will bring in the Black Shores region along with 2 new resonators and a new boss, as they've mentioned in their dev update, Kuro Games has only scratched the surface about what is to come. Before we get into the rest of the video, I feel like I should just mention that you should not take any of this information as leaked information. This is all coming from content that has been in the game since the early stages of development. If you followed Wuthering Waves since CBT1, you'll begin to see a pattern of what they are releasing. After the feedback from CBT1, Kuro Games stated that they reworked a large percentage of the game. The main rework was the story, but also includes the atmosphere of the game, character models, and more. Black Shores, however, has been in the game ever since it was first revealed publicly, with it being available in CBT1 and even as the background for some dev talks. Some videos are unlisted on their channel and were a mission to get the links for, but they are in the description. We've also had a small showcase of the area itself. Considering that Wuthering Waves had such a massive rework after CBT1, Kuro Games is essentially sitting with 1.5 games, and since version 1.0, they've slowly released some of the content that was in CBT1 and not in global launch. So what all was in CBT1 that was not in global launch? For starters, Black Shores. Then there's the elemental reaction system, which they called the Concerto system. There's called Charo, Dungeon, and Lingyang cutscenes that aren't in the global version. There was also a feature for global messages players could leave in the world, like in Elden Ring. And there was a Narwhal weekly boss. Since we are slowly getting all the features that were in CBT1 added to the main game, plus some improvements to them, we could see the Narwhal boss added to the game after 1.3, a possible quest in Dumb Forest where we will meet Cold Charo and Dungeon in game, and in addition to this, we could receive a new elemental reaction system. Stay with me for that one because I have proof. My theory is that Kuro Games will be releasing these old features in each version, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, and then we'll finally turn the page to 2.0, where everything that will be added to the game is content that we have never seen before. And those contents will work towards the vision they have for Wuthering Waves to cater for both hardcore and casual players. Alright, let's talk about the elemental reaction system. The first proof that they may possibly return is that there is currently no significance to the elements in the game. They just exist on characters. In CBT1, reactions would work in place of your intro and outro skills. On screen you can see all the possible reactions and their effects with the global versions, element names and symbols, because even those were reworked. Essentially, when your concerto energy was full, you would apply your character's element to an enemy when triggering what we now have as the outro skill. And the intro skill of the incoming resonator would apply the reacting element. The second proof that elemental reactions will possibly return to the game is if you look at what some of these reactions do. You'll see they have effects that are currently impossible to achieve from characters in the game, but other features still have them. For example, there is no character that provides a defense or resistance shred for the entire party to benefit. Changli only ignores defense from her specific attack, yet any Spectro or Havoc reaction would give you a defense shred on the enemy in CBT1. Another example is the Aero and Glacier reaction. This will freeze the enemy, which is only possible from the Lampy Lumen Echo at the moment. And we know that defense and resistance shred are important to Kuro Games and Wuthering Waves because they want this game to cater for both casual and hardcore players, which means team comps need to have diversity rather than everyone running the same teammates for their DPS. So how might they rework the system? Well, I have no idea, but the possibility for giving elements a reason for being in the game is definitely there, and I would say it is definitely needed. And then we have the Narwhal boss. I think we should be seeing this in 1.4 onwards, mostly because we have Black Shores now available, and most likely a Black Shores story. We know the Narwhal is related to Black Shores because you can see the area on the horizon in this cutscene, and this would mean we have a weekly boss for future Black Shores characters. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you in the next video.